Less widely known is the commitment we've made to strengthening the state's economy by providing financial assistance to small businesses for the past 25 years. CHEROutes is pleased to bring that track record to the table as we assist the governor in recapitalizing the once thriving but recently underfunded Colorado Credit Reserve Program. The Colorado Credit Reserve Program brings a number of significant factors to this challenging economic environment. Most notably, the ability to stimulate the access to capital for small businesses, the ability to leverage private sector dollars into small businesses across the state. We have a turnkey delivery system because we've already administered this program previously, and we have a proven record of success. The Colorado Credit Reserve Program is designed to stimulate the flow of credit to Colorado businesses by providing a credit enhancement that strengthens a small business borrower's request for loan, which ultimately mitigates the risks to lenders and facilitates the extension of credit to those small businesses. The program creates a pooled reserve account that lenders can use to offset future losses associated with any of the loans originated under this program. And that credit enhancement tool can really be the difference between the borrower's ability to access capital or not. One of the many benefits of the program is it utilizes a relatively small amount of public sector dollars to significantly leverage a number of private sector dollars. As an example, when this program was active between 1993 and 2005, the Colorado Housing and Finance Authority utilized approximately $850,000 of money from the Colorado Economic Development Commission. That money was used to support more than $24 million of private sector loans from banks throughout the state of Colorado, and all of those loans were made to Colorado businesses. That represents a leverage ratio of 28 to 1, or said differently, for every dollar of public money used, there were $28 of private sector dollars used to support Colorado businesses and Colorado jobs. Since CHAP already has experience administering this program, we already have the infrastructure and bandwidth in place to hit the ground running. We can immediately implement this program within just a few weeks of the program being passed. Because CHAP has an extensive track record of working with small businesses and banks throughout the state, we already have a vast existing network of bank partners throughout the state that includes small community banks in rural locations of the state, as well as larger regional banks in locations throughout the entire state of Colorado. Additionally, with the Colorado Bankers Association and the Independent Bankers of Colorado at the table from the beginning of these discussions, we feel like we'll be able to put these dollars into the hands of many more businesses because the existing network of banks will be expanded significantly. With their widespread member network, we feel very confident about being able to deploy the capital. Finally, I'll just close with this program has a widespread record of success, not only in Colorado during the time that it was active and funded, but in 20 other states across the country. These programs all have consistently demonstrated the ability to leverage private sector capital in a range between $20 to $28 to 1 for public sector money. And so we feel like during that time we were able to assist nearly 500 businesses, and those 500 businesses impacted more than 2,500 jobs. With this significant addition of capital, we feel that we will be able to leverage that even to a greater extent. So with that, I would like to thank the Governor Ritter and his economic development team. We stand ready to implement this program. And at this time, I guess I'd like to turn it over to Holly Baumann, who's the president of the Economic Developers Council of Colorado. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Governor, thank you for asking the Economic Development Council of Colorado to give a few comments on the proposed package. We appreciate the work that has been done by your office and the Office of Economic Development. I especially want to thank Ben Curtis-Lusher and Matt.cheroutes for allowing the EDCC to provide input on this package over the last few months. EDCC is the statewide economic development association comprised of both rural and urban economic development agencies, local government, private sector companies, and statewide organizations. We focus on creating a better business climate in Colorado to improve our quality of life through quality job creation. During these difficult and uncertain economic times, we must do everything that we can to help jumpstart the economy by assisting both small and large businesses to retain and grow new jobs. EDCC believes that this package is the first step in boosting the state's economy. In concept, the EDCC supports the governor's 2009 economic package that proposes 3 legislative proposals and the 2 budget initiatives. We understand that these proposals are still conceptual and our work has just begun, but we are ready to make them a reality, and we hope to work together, and I'm hopeful that these items will move forward. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Jenny. Thanks, Don. So with that, we'll go to questions and answer the economic development questions first.
Governor, I don't remember who it was who said it, but I thought I heard somebody say that we already have a good environment for lending in the state.
Say that again, Charles.
So I don't remember who said it, but I understood that somebody said we have a pretty good environment for lending, the banks are doing that. If that's the case, why do we need the credit program you're talking about?
I think what Don was referring to, the volume of loans look like they're up from year to year, from 2007, 2008. Understanding that there's still really a tight credit market, and particularly because some of the requirements that bankers have from their regulators have changed a bit. And so we did this forum in a town you're familiar with, then we did another one in Denver. We're going to do another couple in the northern part of the Front Range, 2 on the western slope. We'll do others if we need. But the refrain was consistent when we met with small business owners, and I did some one-on-one or some group meetings with small business owners. The refrain was consistent. We need greater access to capital, and even with hearing from the banks that their loan volume has increased, there's still a lot of businesses that just need that bridge loan to help them through kind of the rough period, or need access to this kind of credit where the bank actually can live within what the regulators require in terms of their lending constraints, but have reduced the risk in a sense through the Colorado Credit Reserve, proved by a program that we had up in 2006. So in a state like Colorado, where small businesses are such an important economic driver, we just thought it was really important that in this legislative session, when we're trying to do all we can to keep that part of the economy thriving, that we included this piece in our legislative proposals.
So, Governor, given I guess what most people say, the urgency of the situation, and looking at the tax credit, I mean, by the time that goes through the legislative process, you get legislation, you sign it. I mean, realistically, how long does that take to then generate these jobs, and by then is the crisis passed?
Well, the incentive becomes effective upon either signature July the 1st or whatever date the bill says. So the incentive is present. People looking at that incentive will understand if they really have the ability to demonstrate that they qualify for the tax credit. It begins in fiscal year 09-10. A lot of people say that it could still be a tough 2009 economically around the country. And as we're competing for businesses, that's absolutely something that we can put on the table as a fairly immediate response, maybe 6 months from now. But given all the different kinds of things you can offer businesses, that's about as immediate as it gets.
Governor, I'm sorry, I didn't see these details in here right off. But first of all, on the tax credit, it's 50%, up to 50%. But is there a dollar limit per business? And also, is there a total cap on all the tax credits in any given year for that?
There's not a cap on the tax credits. Is there a...
No, there doesn't need to be, because it's self-funded. Because if you do the math, up to 50% of FICA is about 3.68%, if I remember correctly, of a person's wage, whereas the state's tax credit is 4.63%. So you income tax, sorry, the state's income tax rate is 4.6%. So if these are truly incremental jobs, the state actually comes out ahead of the credit. So there's no reason to put